Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Robertson with LifeGrove. I was kind of drawn to talk about miracles today. I had a dream where I was speaking about miracles in front of an audience and talking about how miracles in of themselves are defined as being something that go against the the laws of nature and how they in of themselves don't necessarily exist, but how really any miracles that we perceive are really just our misunderstanding of science, and it's us still moving down that path of understanding how everything fits together even on a subatomic level. And most things that we experience are probably more along the lines of extraordinary events. They're things that do occur, just they're less frequent, but they do fit within the laws of nature. And so this is where my mind was going. And as I was thinking about this, it kind of led me into a realm of considering free will and whether or not we have it. Now, this argument about determinism and whether or not it is there in us, that we are essentially guided by forces beyond us to live certain lives and we're not responsible for our own behaviors, has been something that's riddled philosophers for thousands of years, and has been this ongoing discussion about how much control we really have about the trajectory that our life goes down. And it's interesting because we don't choose what country we're born in, and we don't choose who our families are, and we don't choose many of the experiences that shape us early on in life. These things are very much indicators and predictors of who we will become later on in life when you start mapping this out. Now, I've worked with hundreds, thousands of individuals and have mapped out their histories and their life course, and there's definitely patterns among people's lives in terms of who they become, what they do, how they define themselves, the relationships that they cultivate, the interactions that they have with friends and families, the jobs that they pick up. There's a lot of patterns in those that you can find through their experiences and their environment, and understanding why they have become the way that they've become. And it's kind of scary when you get at that level and you recognize that somebody is textbook Jane or textbook Joe, and you just know who they are because of what they've gone through in their life. Because we all want to have this feeling of being special, of being important, of being the hero of our own story, that we are one of a kind and unique. And I don't want to steal away from that, because the truth of it is that we are. We are each unique in our own way. But it comes from a place of awareness and understanding who we are in the world around us. And while a lot of human behavior is predictable, it's important to understand that we have this metacognition that takes place, this ability to think about our own thinking, to recognize how we function and how we relate to the world around us, and how our interaction with the world around us can influence the direction that we go in our lives. And to be honest, a lot of us don't give this much thought. Sometimes we just kind of meander through life and take the safe road and do the things that our parents did and our grandparents did, just because that is what we were taught. That's the truth that we know. And in that way, we become very predictable. But the brain itself is made up of interconnective chemicals that interact with each other, and there's a quantum process that goes along with this. It's I'm trying to remember the term of it off the top of my head. I want to say quantum thermodynamics is what it's called, and no, it's quantum electrodynamics. But the interaction that occurs at a chemical level for us, we're able to influence that interaction by the choices we make. So there is this underlying layer of free will, I think. And the more that we understand consciousness and how it plays into the human experience, we're going to have more of an ability to decide what type of path we want to walk down. Sorry for my phone buzzing over here. we get to decide what type of path we want to engage in, recognizing how certain experiences are going to impact us at a chemical level, at a quantum level, and change essentially our fate and the things that we do. And so that's the challenge that I would put out there for you, is to think about what choices you make that can influence your life at a quantum level. What things are you allowing into your environment, into your experience? What things are you pushing away from your environment or from your experience that are impacting you and the life that you're living? Is it impacting your happiness, your sense of peace? Are there changes that you can make willfully that can then essentially put you in a new environment, a new place to accept experiences that are going to change the trajectory of your life? And by making those choices, maybe you're just changing one fate for another fate, but I think that we ourselves have the ability to decide what type of life we want to live. It's just recognizing how our consciousness has a part to play in the choices that we make, and making the choices that impact us to live the life that we want to live. Just some food for thought. Have a good one.